My name is Joyce Mogambi, the director Step Joy Girls and Step Joy Boys in Limuru Sub-County, Kiambu County. I want to speak about the reason we go to school because I have gone to so many schools, both primary and secondary schools, speaking to both parents and children, and I have come to realize that surely we don't know the reason as to why we go to school. If only students understood why we go to school, I can assure you none of us can be poor in academics because we would all be pursuing our dreams. Genesis chapter 1 verse 28, the word of God says, "Go ye, be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth and subdue it." Meaning, we were purposed by God to conquer the world physically, spiritually, and mentally. How? The three, that is, we have spiritual, in fruitfulness, we have spiritual fruitfulness, which is conquering the world with the word of God. We have physical fruitfulness, conquering the world with children. And we have mental fruitfulness, conquering the world with wealth after going to school and working as per our dreams. Jeremiah 1 verse 4 and 5, the word of God says, "Before you were formed in your mother's womb, I chose you, I appointed you, and I ordained you." How are you chosen? For a child to be formed in her mother's womb, there is need for a man and a woman. A woman releases one egg, but a man releases over 10 million sperms during sexual intercourse. The over 10 million sperms, which I give these ones as an example, the over 10 million sperms, they are all seeds of various careers. For example, about 500,000 lawyers, 1 million doctors, 1 million engineers. The over 10 million sperms, every one seed released by a man is a career seed. Since a woman can never carry over 10 million children, this is the reason Jeremiah 1 verse 4 and 5 is talking about, "I chose you before you were formed in your mother's womb." Where were you chosen from? From the over 10 million qualified candidates for conception, but you can imagine during your time in that stiff competition, you are the one who won. One was picked and the rest were thrown away. This which was picked, it fertilized the egg in the womb of the woman, and the woman was already considered to have conceived, and the seed produced the embryo, and the embryo was growing for the period of 9 months, consuming the potential of a particular career from the seed. In that period, when the child was born a career child. The mother was asked, "Who have you given birth to?" The mother and the father, they only said, "I have given birth to a baby girl, I've given birth to a baby boy," but they didn't know who exactly. But the angels in heaven said, "My civil engineer has already been born, my neurosurgeon has already been born, my cardiologist has already been born." Meaning, a child is normally born already with the potential of a particular career, which one is supposed to discover while you have gone to school so that you may pursue that one seriously as a dream. Now, allow me to explain to you further to enable you understand. I am holding a maize seed. Now, forget about the child, the seed of the child. Now, this one is a maize seed, which I got from these maize and beans, and that I have prepared the land, I have planted it. In a period of 7 days, it has come above the soil as a maize plant, as a result of the potential it has consumed from the maize seed. That's the reason it has grown as a maize plant. If I can uproot it after 2 weeks, you will find a seed caught at the root, confirming to you the reason as to why this maize has grown as a maize plant is because of the potential it consumed from the plant. Now, in a period of 6 months, it produces a maize cob. Now look, I can cut this maize, I share with you, I share with another friend, and I am left with one. Now when we look at this, it is a product of the seed, but this product is already in multiplication because this is not one seed. There are so many seeds that which I can plant in a quarter land, then it gives me more maize, then immediately I plant in a 5-acre land. This is a maize that has no brain, but I can assure you it has confirmed Genesis 1 verse 28 that go ye, be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth and subdue it. For a child is not planted in the garden. A child is planted in school to be able to become fruitful and to multiply. Now, how? When a child is 3 years, the child goes to school, and immediately he go to school. This is soil and this is water. This is potential of a specific career. This is the body. Now, when the child goes to school, for example, baby class, the teacher assists the child to tap the potential. And the teacher starts stirring up the potential. The child is so attentive. The child goes back home and tells, Mommy, can I sing for you a song? Mommy, can I say a poem? Mommy and Daddy becomes very excited and they come close to the child to listen to what the child has learned from school. And therefore, the child already, the parents stir up the potential because of the joy that which the child has, so that tomorrow the child is going back to school so that she may be able to listen and discover something new to keep the same excitement at home. Meaning, this child while a baby, she's pursuing or he's pursuing the dream. Now, there we are. Then we go to class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, this kind of a child is, the teacher is stirring up potential and the child is keenly listening. The teacher is stirring up the potential daily. If a child is disciplined enough, allow me to explain some things more. If the child has been taken to church to learn the word of God, she gets wisdom from the word of God. Wisdom makes her character. Character sets her priorities right so that she cannot mix herself with other things. She will remain focused in school. And therefore, every single day, the child will keep focusing her eyes on the teacher, and the teacher is going on stirring up potential. And every single day, the child is listening. That is class 1. By class 3, this child is capable of drawing the potential from the bottom. When the teacher is starting up from the top, the child is drawing his potential from the bottom, taking it up to mix up with whatever the teacher is teaching. And therefore, what happens if the child proceeds like that, now in class 3 and going to class 4, bringing the potential from the bottom? Now listen, David has said in Psalms 119 verse 100, David has said that when I meditate, I understand more than my teachers. Meditation is the mental processing of understanding, and they get the results that are known as knowledge. So that now, in meditation, when the teacher is teaching, the child is capable of processing that which the teacher is teaching, and at the end of it, since the child will draw the potential from the bottom, that which the teacher has not taught at all, the child is supposed to have understood more than his teachers. Why? For example, if a child came from the seed of engineering, and one is learning science, the teacher only guides a child while stirring up the potential from the top, and in attention, when the child is paying attention, the child draws attention from the bottom, brings it to the top, and he or she ends up understanding more than the teacher. Now listen to me carefully. When the child proceeds like that, without diverting the focus, his or her focus, draws like that every single day, I can assure you, whatever potential that she draws from the bottom, mixing it with the teacher, start forming images of the product of the seed in the mind. And immediately the child starts seeing the end product of who he or she will become. If he's a civil engineer, he starts seeing himself. He is in school, but he's already making roads. He is in school, but he's already in one of the hospitals at the theater as a neurosurgeon. He is in school, he's already doing construction. He is in school, but he's already drawing. Why? Because he is an architect and he has been able to discover himself. The whole image of who he will become get printed in his mental faculty. And this is what makes a student wakes up in the night to study. Children that do not study at all, and especially when we have closed school, you realize it's because they have nothing to run after. They have no dream to pursue. The reason as to why we have this camp is because I happen now to see. Now look here. From 0 to 199 from primary school is a grade E. 200 to 219 is a D minus. 220 to 229 is a D plain. 230 to 239 is a D plus. 240 to 259 is a C minus. 260 to 279 is a C plain. 280 to 299 is a C plus. 300 to 319 is a B minus. 320 to 329 is a B plain. 360 to 379 is a B plus. 380 to 419 is an A minus. 420 and above is an A plane. My question is, when you are in primary school, you discovered you are a doctor. By the grace of God, you are even capable of knowing what area to specialize, even possibly who are in primary school. And unfortunately, when you went to secondary school, in primary school, you got your 389, you got your 350, you got your 390. You got your 420. Right now in Form 3, right now in Form 2 third term, you took home D plus. You took home C minus. You took home C plane. You have already disconnected yourself from your focus, and you know the reason as to why you have dropped. You keep on telling your parents, and especially your mother, I am very sorry. Excuse me. Sorry will not become the neurosurgeon. We don't need your sorries anymore. Change the company you are working with. Kindly leave those boyfriends. Leave those girlfriends. Kindly stop taking drugs. Leave that habit of lesbianism and homosexuality. Leave those kind of bad habits. Go back to how you are pursuing your academics in primary school, because the drop at which you are at, if you get that in KCSE, I can assure you, you have already disconnected yourself from your destiny. In that disconnection, you have already signed for poverty, because you will get a grade that which will not connect you at all to God-ordained career where you came from the seed. And the person who has done it is yourself. You have no government to blame. You have no mother to blame. You have no father to blame. Success is your personal responsibility, and failure is your personal responsibility, and therefore it is your personal responsibility to do your best to make sure you don't divert from your focus, to study, to see your dream, wake up in the night every single day, listen to the teacher for the sake of the stirring up and drawing your individual potential, so that you may become that which God purposed. And I can assure you, when you graduate at the university, automatically you will connect yourself to the job. Why? Because you have already pursued the career that God purposed. You are already the product that which God expected, that before you are formed in your mother's womb, I chose you, I appointed you and I even ordained you, and therefore you'll take the job that which God purposed from the beginning. And with your presence and with your career, the country is not going to import any brains from other country. Whatever we are importing today and whatever revenue that is going to other countries today, it will become your own money. You will be rich. You will be a blessing to your family, a blessing to your wife or husband, a blessing to your family, to your own personal family. And therefore, that's the reason we are holding a camp